Good morning everyone, welcome back to another video. Decided to spice it up a little bit and go with some battle knights. The daily dose of Dynasty Scrolls will be appearing later, so stay tuned for that. Not a lot going on in the realm of Dynasty Scrolls, so we'll cover some interesting topics nonetheless. Excuse me. But as you can see, we've finalized a lot of things on this account, or at least we're in the process of doing so. If you followed the last summing video, you will know that I pulled a purple Samuel out of the shards, which was enough to get me a legendary Samuel. So I'm super pumped about that. I also did get a Raf coffee out of the pools. So yeah, it was a good fucking summings event. So anyway, make sure you're doing this. Make sure you're going here. Make sure you type in. Is it Lost? It's Lost Town. That's the one. Make sure you type that in. I've already claimed it. If you don't already know, you can find more information on the Insta link. So make sure you head over to the Facebook Insta community. Check out those gift codes that they like to drop there. Now, in terms of what's going on today, we have the bounty event which started yesterday. So as you can see, I've slowly and surely been progressing with that. In terms of what weapons to get, I guess it's it's one of those weird things, right? Because not a lot of people build Baemon, but he was the exclusive. So, well, when I say exclusive, he was the top tier hero out of the Perfect Summons event. But in terms of what weapons you would like to pick, blueprint wise, this one, his main hand is a lot more interesting than his offhand. So when health is lower than 50 or 25%, or you're about to die, you basically trigger the bleed ability on 3 random targets. So I don't know if it triggers 3 times. I'm assuming it may trigger 3 times, well, up to 3 times. But again, I don't build Baemon, so I couldn't really test that out. But his Holy Fist is interesting in terms of. I might actually reverse my statement there. I think his main hand's better than his offhand because Holy Fist seems to just work off HP lost. And as Bayman is a tank, yeah, that gets a little bit interesting. Uh, hmm. So he gains crit and accuracy for every percent of HP that he's lost. Yeah, I'd probably go with the Honor Wing or the Honor Wing to get those additional bleed damages out there to the targets. Next, we have Samuel. Light of Enlightenment is the go-to weapon for him. At the start of each round, increase crit damage by 10% and speed by 10% for one of your units with the highest attack. And notice that's like each round. So rounds go up to 30, just so you know. And here, the Oracle's Hand, of course, this is a great way to sustain him because, yeah, to be honest, Samuel's a little bit squishy. But basically, every time one of your units kills one of their units, he gets 20% of his HP back. So that's his total HP, which is not bad. Moving on. Excuse me. Blueprint. This box is interesting in itself because you can get some exclusive weapons out. It is only limited to one, however, so this is kind of in conjunction with the Christmas tree event. I feel like they've probably cottoned onto the fact that people really like that idea, so Mr. Lin, Cy Young, Wasili, Namiria, Raf, and Gilbert all could be selected from there. This is for Haldrums, so anyway, we'll go on with that one. Not many people will be using that. As you can see, you can still snag some perfect and some senior high coins there. So make sure you're doing that. As for the daily login event, you get 23. I always buy this one because I never have enough bullets, like ever fucking have enough bullets. I have like 70 of these badges, but I never have enough bullets to use them. So I always buy the premium currency. If you're free to play, that's cool. Uh, don't buy any of these packages. They're not great value. Arguably, the last package is a little bit better value than the Perfect Hive Summons package because you get 35 of these. But yeah, I'd only be buying it for the bullets, which you use so quickly. We still have the Purple Hire event going on, so if you build a Samuel to legendary, you can get some purple skins, which is not very useful. If you snag a Baemon, you do get some legendary skins, which could be useful. And of course, if you make a legendary Baemon, you get the ones that everyone's after, which basically translates into, if I know correctly, yep, Phobe's got them. You can get sets. So this is a nanometer helmet set with a nanometer garment, and when you get the sets, you get additional bonuses. This is purely for tanks, HP. So I kind of want to find the whole set for her and eventually get her main and offhand. But yeah, so that's why you would potentially hunt down those sets. Now, in terms of how do you go about these events? It's pretty stock standard. My suggestion is always go to your guild first. Make sure you're doing your daily hunts, yada yada yada. I'll do that later on. Um, where's my store? My store's here. So what I tend to do is if I'm in a position where I can buy, I have enough of this currency, I will go in and see if I can get the main hand or sub weapon of a hero that I want to upgrade, i.e. Raph or uh, Samuel in this instance. Unfortunately, I'm still too short, but this is what I use as a guide to what one I will buy. I feel like it's a no-brainer though in the circumstance of Samuel. You want to get his staff to buff the team because that's his primary role. In terms of strategy, I did see a guy in Discord say, "Oh, I used all my tasks before the reset, like a noob." Don't worry, it's happened to me before. I can definitely relate. So, rule of thumb is that whenever the Perfect Hire event finishes, and you know the next day is going to be the bounty event, what you need to do is you need to wait for the maintenance and then it resets and then you get the tasks. You'll know this because when you go into it, when you go on there, you click on the events, this tab will be empty except for this. So you'll know that the Perfect Life event has finished because all you'll be able to do is click on this one. Okay, so that's, most people kind of know that, but obviously some people didn't know that in the Discord, which I thought was amusing. But we don't want to troll them too much. But in terms of like the summoning cycle, you have the Perfect Hire always followed by the bounty, which is always followed by the Hyperlane and then the Dawn Cinema. No, not Hyperlane, Arcade, then the Dawn Cinema event. Okay. So basically, you can never really get them mixed up. You just have to wait for the maintenance. Always wait for the maintenance. Sometimes it's an hour or two, depending on what region of the world you live in. Um, when I always set this up so that when the perfect hire event is about to end, i.e. the last day, I always roll for purples. So with the minute that it rolls over into the actual event being live, I then have a head start in terms of having the purple summoned out. It is an expensive fucking thing to do though. So just so you know, FYI. You will be spending a lot of these bullets just trying to fish for them. My tactic is I generally go to half of my bullets and then in attempt to find the purple. If I can't get them with half of them remaining, like 50%, then I just take the next blue that comes along. So that's the way that I strategize it because blues still give you one of these. Granted, they're not as significant later on, but if you're like running low on bullets, just take the blue one. Don't keep trying to hunt for the purple. Chances are you'll get stuck on a white one. You'll be like, "Fuck! I should have just took the blue one." It happens a lot, but as you can see, you do still get an option to complete a lot of these tasks. If you didn't already know, purple is the equivalent of a white and a blue. So this one, these two, and these two. So if all you did was hunt purples, you would be able to complete all of the blues as well as the purples. Um, just in case you didn't know. As in terms of point system, um, why does it not show the point system again? Interesting. So blue will give you one of the bounties and or the handcuffs, i.e. these things, and purple will give you 3. Before I swear it showed you what the handcuffs did. Interesting. Anyway, basically, you want to be hunting purples because you want the Samuel copy. Like that's a no-brainer. 2 Samuel copies, you gotta get those. And of course, you want to be able to get those juicy perfect tire summons as well. Because there's like what, 7 up for grabs? That's pretty good. 7 up for grabs. And if you throw that in perspective of the bounty store, or maybe it's here that they talk about the handcuffs. I knew it was somewhere around here. No, no, still doesn't talk about the point system. Interesting. But anyway, these ones, perfect tire coins, you can get another 4 there. So that's 11 potentially from a bounty event, which is like I'm not gonna lie, that's not bad. You really want to be able to finish this out. I definitely finish this out every single time. Um, Purely just for those perfect tires. You need them in this game. That is basically life. As for this, I don't know. It's a toss up between me picking this or me picking Samuel's weapons. I probably will go with Samuel's main hand. But I mean, look, it is very tempting to get the exclusive blueprint. Obviously, this is for those that already have either Baymon if they've built him already, or if they've already built Samuel's main and offhand. They're probably going to select this chest because let's be honest, that's fucking worth it. Being able to select is a really big thing which they've implemented into the game, which is I feel like yeah, very important. Also, graphics. Has anybody noticed that this shit got smoother? Like, is it just me or it looks prettier? I don't know how to describe it. I just feel like everything is just shinier. I don't know if that is actually the truth or if I'm just like maybe wipe my screen down a little bit, and now it looks a bit better. Good old Glen 20 for those in Australia that know, they know. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Make sure you're saving up for the next event too. So keep holding your arcade tokens here and there. Raw poker chips will be interesting. I'll be trying to hunt down a Raphael copy, and we'll see how we go with that, just to make him legendary. Dawn Cinema, these ones, I mean, I use them every event, and as you can see, I probably found 20 of them somehow. Um, yeah, so don't hoard the Dawn Cinema, just keep using those every month. There's not really too much of a strategy with that, but I think I'll leave it there. Make sure you're doing your codes, make sure you're hoarding, and I'll catch you in the next one.